Hold on. Are we busy?
Cash out.
I thought we supposed to be doing something.
Do what? Busting your ass.
Yeah, it's time.
Oh shit, sure.
Tripping. Nobody said. No.
I gotta get my shit.
Oh, man. Talk about the crazy ways this show starts. You know? This is crazy.
Man, I'll be right back.
Well, that's Tanel, of course. I'm Ryan Escobar. We are the Souls of Liberty. And I want to welcome you guys to the NBA Finals edition of the Backcourt. Can we dig up
Rest in peace,
Marv
J.R.
Albert? Marv Albert's not dead. That was me.
Yeah, well, come on.
But in all seriousness, man,
Talking about dig up one.
it's the last month of basketball. The season is almost over.
I gotta get in character.
You know, the season is almost over to now. Summer basketball is almost here. The draft is going to be this month.
What's up, y'all?
I'm sad.
Sad about what?
I'm
The worst
sad
time of the year where it's just
for
only baseball and
LeBron.
that's it. Oh, okay. I'm sad for LeBron too, man. But hey, 51 points.
We got good levels. We coming through on the Mevo. Oh, yeah.
51 points. One of the greatest performances of all time in the finals. You know, they gonna hate on Brian, and that's cool. They come with it. You know what I'm saying? When you real like Brian, you know, you get a lot of hate.
Now let's talk the temperature of this game, okay? Coming into
Should've
it,
won that, bro.
LeBron came off what? Game 7? We haven't talked in a while.
Came off Game 7 with Boston. Shout out to Jason Tatum.
Shout out
Hold
to
on.
Jason
Before
Tatum.
we go any further, I want to fuck Jake up real quick.
I think
Shout out to Candace Parker, St. Louis born, one of the best female basketball players in the world. Shout out to Candace Parker.
also Maya Moore.
By way of Chicago.
She was born in St. Louis, but she came to Chicago to get famous and become
you have to be
everything
born
she
in St.
became.
Louis.
So
It's in our blood. It's in our blood.
to come to Chicago, it's in your blood. It's in your blood to come to
The
Chicago.
point is, you're so
Just
good at
remember where you
basketball.
Because
she was born in St.
Louis.
Louis.
Thank you.
Also, Maya Moore was born in Jefferson City. That also shout out to the
Maya
WNBA.
Moore was born in Jefferson, Missourians. You know.
The
Let me
WNBA
just-
season has
do
started.
any of them still live in Missouri?
No, their teams are in Minnesota.
All right. That's all.
It's not about where you. Come on, man.
It's where you're from, okay? But no.
Just hating on the show.
But all
Fired.
seriousness, though, you know, it feels like a sweep coming.
Yeah. I mean, we would have got game 1, it would have been cool. But it's like now that we done just basically jacked off a game.
Where we going? I mean,
And I've been saying all year, documented. Look, check my tweets. You know what I'm saying? Check Souls Liberty Twitter. I've been pissed at JR probably the last 3 years, realistically.
Tanel
You know what I'm
has
saying?
a vendetta for JR.
But, you know.
Rightfully so.
Just on the court. Off the court, God bless him. You know what I'm saying?
He's
But
like a great guy.
on the court, it's like, my dude, bro. Like, what is. Come on now. And then what pissed me off about the whole situation, we're going to jump right into that, is you going to lie. When there's cameras on every angle of you,
I thought we was up.
you going to lie and say you thought we was calling timeout.
You
could call timeout. You got the ball. So that
usually
argument is just like,
that's the first person you want to call
if you were so
timeout.
aware
It's the
and
person
thought
with
you
the
was
ball.
thinking what the coach was going to do would be the coach on the floor. But no.
There's no situation in which you don't call timeout because you even thinking about it. I think we might call timeout
LeBron tried to.
because he was thinking that it's a tie game, or no, he thought they were up,
Everybody didn't expect him to not know what was going on.
but he thought they were up.
Right. And it threw them off because everybody else thought what it really was.
Because like you said, if it's a tie game, you automatically thinking, boom, I get the rebound. No matter what, I'm the first person to call timeout. I have the ball. If I get the rebound, I'm in position
if
to
coach
get the
wants
rebound.
timeout, who gonna have to call
Come
it?
on,
Coach
man.
on the other side of the fucking arena, you idiot. But anyway,
Man, I don't know.
moving on from that, because JR done got enough slander. I feel like we gonna get smashed tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's no possible way LeBron could grab another one, but you can't doubt LeBron either on the same token.
Yeah.
And after that 51-point performance, maybe he come out and have a 40-point night. But it's not too many nights where KD just gonna only have 25 real quietly on. It was a passive night for KD.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? KD been real passive lately.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the last few years, I guess.
You know,
But
the JR blunder really makes the weak game that Kevin Durant had in the fourth, especially.
Yeah, 'cause that's how
he
got
had
the rebound.
25th, But come on, bro. KD was playing. He was spacey.
All that KD better than LeBron. 51 on his
he's
head.
Spacey.
On his head, bro.
Yeah, where was all that defense?
All them block shots.
Yeah,
I ain't see no block shots against LeBron.
Iguodala that good. Iguodala is that good.
Iguodala's a Finals MVP. Put some respect on Iggy name.
Iguodala didn't play, and LeBron dropped 50.
Now, it's not like LeBron don't average 40 against Iggy.
I'm just saying, though.
But,
damn. That extra 10?
That extra 10.
Damn.
Maybe you get the extra 10. At 51, 8 and 8. Let's be exact.
8 and 8. If you would have had the 50-point triple, that'd have been nasty.
And also another for the summer going forward. Maybe since the weather better, can we stop comparing Jordan to LeBron?
Oh my God.
I'm just tired of it.
Oh my God.
Because what y'all doing is y'all spoiling it. Y'all being weak.
That's so not
Wasn't nobody
fun.
talk about Kareem every day when Jordan was being good and shit. Nobody want to hear that
Jordan
shit no more, bro.
Let Jordan be Jordan. Jordan is Jordan.
He got his 30 coming out. I'm gonna watch all 10 hours, probably twice. Probably 3 times. I ain't gonna lie. But can we just let LeBron play?
I'm gonna say this. We just dropped a song called Triangle Offense. Check it out. It's pretty good.
Hood classic.
You know what I'm saying?
Hood classic.
Hood classic for sure.
Definitely a hood classic.
Jordan was 27 years old when he started being coached by Phil Jackson.
That's a good age.
Okay? So from that age until he retired the second time with the Bulls, you know what I'm saying? The phenom that was Michael Jordan will be unprecedented. I was just watching some clips of him on YouTube. You know how crazy ESPN would be going if LeBron retired?
Crazy.
And came back mid-season and changed his number.
And there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes on that shit that we don't even know about. That's super interesting from a fan tip. But
Jordan is untouchable.
Jordan is the best.
And that's why you got to give people that credit too, because you look at somebody like Kareem. First of all, you got to go back to Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor got championships.
Before the knowledge.
Before Kareem. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Dude changed his name. Joined the nation. What? That's
during
wild.
a time that's
Larry
worse
Bird.
than now. You know what I'm saying? It's still America.
Larry Bird, Indiana, drop out, go back to the crib. Now Indiana State, then to the Celtics.
That's crazy. That dude didn't even want to play.
Bob Knight made him quit. You know what I'm saying? That's their own legend, and we spoiling LeBron leg. We making it not fun.
Yeah, we stop that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Let LeBron just be great. Let him be the king. I know y'all don't like it. He whine. He this and that. Okay, but whatever. Y'all can't control dude life.
I could appreciate more if this was a time where we was like, we're just now showing more Jordan for people that's younger to have a better understanding of why. Yeah,
we definitely got to appreciate Jordan at all times. Don't get me wrong.
It's kind of like.
But it's just a narrative. The narrative of the media, who is Jordan's age, in my opinion, is just like it's too overhand. It's getting biased. This is black journalism. What's it called? It's
yellow journalism.
Yellow journalism. Yeah, like shit. Can y'all just be non-objective and not be so like anal about this man's time? It's his time. Let him have his time. Don't nobody be in high school. Don't nobody be in college talking about how great. Let the kids play.
I want you to hop on. Yeah.
Let the Jordan shit kind of die down a bit.
Because Tanel makes an interesting point.
It's not fair.
This is a point that he always makes about. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just talk. Be God in the room.
Journalism. You know, he feels like that's Michael Jordan's age are completely biased towards MJ.
Because it's like that's the era they came up, and it is the greatest shit to ever happen. So they just shitting on
I'll say this.
At the age
time
now
because they seen it already.
I'll say this. To that point, as someone who grew up as like when Jordan was in Chicago doing all this shit, like I had like 5 different Michael Jordan jerseys.
Right,
he was Jordan. God. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
still is.
But I never in my life like would have ever given. I'm like one of those people who would never have given like LeBron the over Jordan debate. Like to me, I was the same way. I felt that way. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, LeBron's great, but Jordan, you know what I mean? Just maybe just the selfishness in me, like just that, like. But the stubbornness. I mean, not selfishness, but after LeBron played 48 minutes and won Game 7 and sent that crappy ass team to the finals. That performance for me was the first
straight, bro.
But to me, that was the first time I was like, yo, like,
and we just watched the team.
He might be the greatest player of all time. Like that was the first time he like pushed me over the edge.
And
like I grew up with LeBron though more than I grew up with Jordan. To be honest, like
15 years of your life.
I was born in 1989. Like a lot of that shit happened. I remember like when I was 7 years old, like standing on my dad's shoulders watching Jordan hit the game-winning shot. And
but LeBron is more of your peer.
LeBron,
yeah,
I remember when I was 13 going to his first game in Chicago.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sitting in the nosebleed section. So like. I mean, they both were there, but like LeBron has proven himself at this point. I think. And like,
it's just getting disrespectful to me. You know
I feel the same way.
Like,
I feel the same way actually. It was the first time I felt that way.
It was really important. You were like, they're just on the same platform. They're on the same level.
Now, who you like more is like period.
Who you like more is who you like more. But
if LeBron James wins this finals with this team, he is the greatest basketball player.
I look at it like this. It's a platform. We don't gotta be. It's subjective. Can't everybody. This is a team sport.
I don't think that's
This is not tennis. If it was like tennis or some shit.
But the thing is, he's turning it into tennis.
Who?
LeBron. This year, he's turning it into tennis. Like,
but it's not. It's a team sport.
Yo, if the Cavaliers beat Golden State this year, it's not going to be because of anybody else but LeBron James.
This is also the greatest team of all time. Like, people not reiterating that enough. Like, this is the most talented basketball team to ever walk the earth.
We're saying the same thing. I'm saying, like, if LeBron wins this finals, he goes down undoubtedly as the greatest athlete of all time.
I don't think LeBron could be the greatest. I don't think. I mean, I will give it to Jordan because Jordan has always been in that position.
I've just never seen.
But I think it's like this.
Minutes?
It's like a platform. It's rooms. You can say rooms. Jordan, Kareem, and LeBron are in a certain room that other people can't enter. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time, the LeBron James
maybe you could argue
Will. It says Kareem and Wilt Chamberlain combined.
You see what I'm saying? But either way, so I'm just making a point of let's stop comparing people so critically.
Well, I just don't think it's about comparison. I just
think
LeBron is actually operating at such a higher level than anyone else has.
As he should because of the evolution of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't for Jordan, it wouldn't be no LeBron.
That's a great point.
You know
but you can't.
That's just a lineage.
And they're not giving.
But Jordan knew he wasn't going to be the greatest basketball player forever. Like somebody was going to come along.
But think about this. This is what I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lineage.
It's a lineage. When Jordan was next. It wasn't no tug and pull between Dr. J and Jordan. They didn't create. Well,
that's where our little conversation that we hate to have about Isaiah Thomas comes in. Because Isaiah Thomas thought he had it.
It's almost like if they was comparing you to your dad all the time. It's like, your dad, JK shit.
Isaiah Thomas even says Michael Jordan is the best.
Well, he says that now because he sunned the fuck out of him back in the 90s.
I think but he also beat all of them. So it's a certain respect you got to put on Isaiah's name, too.
I've been watching older clips of him, and it was like, early 2000s. He like, no, clearly since Michael Jordan's the best basketball player. You know what I'm saying?
But he only said that after he realized he wasn't the greatest basketball player.
But now next, it's LeBron. It's no comparison.
I don't think, has Jordan ever come out and said anything negative about LeBron?
People always say, who's better, Kobe or LeBron? They say, well, Jordan said Kobe.
Even that is starting to get disrespectful. That is, I'm going to go out here and say it. Everybody be quiet. Hold on. Everybody be quiet. Kobe is not greater than LeBron. Stop that shit, bro.
No, not at all.
Stop that shit. I don't want to hear nobody argue. All you niggas who really just love Kobe, great. Love Kobe. Kobe is a great. All-time great.
You know how many games LeBron James has missed?
But he great value Jordan. And I don't want to hear that shit no more.
Well, I'm just saying, do you know how many games he's missed due to injury in his career?
Who? Kobe?
LeBron.
None, probably
15,
like 8.
15 games.
15
in his entire
That's durability, bro.
Is insane. Like he's I feel you 100%.
Yeah, but I just wanted to get that out the way.
Kobe was a great player, but he
sat
out a lot of games with a lot
of no disrespect to Kobe, but it's no comparison. It's no comparison. It's zero comparison.
It really isn't at this point.
And I'm tired of comparing rappers, athletes, all of that shit, because let's appreciate motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. During the time, this is a great time to be living.
Well, I'm saying
we'll never see this again. Arguably, we might die, and I never see nobody this good. And I don't want to spend the whole time bitching.
But I feel as though ever since this Game 7, because I've had this conversation with like a lot of people over the last few days.
Right.
And ever since that was such a heroic fucking performance. Like to play the whole game, like. And just put the team on your back like that and like be blocking shots, hitting like he literally did everything. I think after that game it opened a lot of people's eyes to be like, yo, I just have to like watch any game LeBron plays now because this is like.
Think about it like this. Football probably has one of the better, and baseball do a much better job than basketball of comparing eras.
In history.
You look at Dan Marino you're not analyzing him in the same era of having to scramble and do X, Y, Z.
You just appreciate his greatness.
You appreciate the time.
But I think that might be because I feel you because that's right.
And it might be
but
a longer history.
I think that's more because
leagues.
basketball like is a sport where one player can take over. Like there's
every team sport kind of like that, but you can have more influence than others. You saying?
I mean, football, you could be a fucking amazing quarterback and have a terrible defense and never get on the field. You know what I mean? Like, basketball.
Right, I feel you. Right.
Yeah.
If you're a great player and you can stay healthy and you can not get
maybe
hurt,
the only sport I would say arguing team that might be is pitching. Maybe. Because if you a pitcher, it's kind of like you cannot have no offense too, but you do have control to where y'all cannot score.
Nobody got to score.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that's why basketball is like hip hop in a way. You know, that's why like they compare rappers because it's a competitive thing. It's
right.
Like,
and
you can't play one-on-one. You can't play one-on-one in football. You can't play one-on-one in baseball.
But that's why they're just taking it out of context at this point.
That's just the nature of the sport, I think.
And if that's the case, you know what I'm saying, then it's LeBron. And it just should be like...
It's undoubtedly LeBron.
And I'm just saying, like, let's say hypothetically, let's say Steph Curry can continue to play at this same level for like 8 years.
He doesn't have the
physical. Like, and won the championship, it'll be like, okay.
Well, in a Vanity Fair.
Also, we know why people losing. Everybody try to act like championships this mysterious shit. You know what I'm saying? Jordan beat some people, but like I said, had he been in the earlier era, he might have lost.
Well, I was gonna say,
but he just didn't.
The Cavs could beat the Sox.
There was a piece.
Yeah, the Cavs could beat Gary Payton in them. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Well, I was gonna say, but though I was reading the story this week where they were talking about like all his playoff minutes and everything, and how he's just like he's outpaced everybody for the amount of like durability, and he's never been hurt. But they were also talking about the fact that like LeBron doesn't have. He doesn't stop, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, there's no end with him. Like, he can literally do and have everything. And on top of the fact that he doesn't get hurt, like, what other athlete has ever touched that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, and I'm saying, literally, the closest person that could have been to that would have been Magic.
You said that, but I don't even think the guy in this article, they mentioned the fact that, like, the only way LeBron can be LeBron and be, like, this anomaly of a human being and an athlete is because he has hit the jackpot, like the genetic jackpot, like over and over and over again. And they said like there's been guys who are as athletic as LeBron.
No,
but also
he's smart as shit.
He's smart,
and
right?
He's,
exactly.
He's really intelligent. He really knows what he's doing.
The game is 90% mental, right?
And I'm saying like so like that's what they're saying. Like he hit the jackpot on that. He's like one of the smartest athletes. He's one of the strongest athletes. He's one of the most durable. Like he's really like when you like look at the bars when you're creating a player in NBA Live.
Yeah, he's as good as you could be.
He's like got 100 on everything.
And people and so the whole for all that to be true. Why are we sitting here crucifying the man the whole fucking time when he's just been a example on and off the court of what an athlete should be? You know what I'm saying? He's arguably the best well-rounded athlete from an ethical standpoint, from all these other ways outside of just sports. So it's like, y'all not finna crucify Muhammad Ali to these kids every day. They growing up watching this shit.
He's culturally relevant
like,
without like pandering to people and like,
exactly.
like he doesn't even like make his money off selling shoes like Jordan did. You know what I mean? Like where it's like you're hawking an item constantly. Yeah. You're licensing your name. Like he kind of backed away from that a little bit and like put his money elsewhere.
But people just
and it kept his soul.
I don't want revisionist history to be LeBron thing. People try to slander LeBron and it's like, no, KD, let's make it known what that move was. Let's look at the real shit that's going on in real
Every
life.
Episode, we gotta make sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we gotta stop and address the situation.
That took away from us to even know how good KD could be, in my opinion.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
But think about it like this though. Adam Silver came out and said that move kind of, he could tell it's disruptive to the league.
It's some bullshit. And
I'm gonna be honest. Let's throw this. Here's a hot take. Here's my first hot take of the summer.
Let's get it.
See, I had to use my presidential hand. Okay. This is my first hot. This is my Trump hand. This is my first hot Trump take of the summer. Okay. The only way the NBA, the rest of this is not gonna rhyme. The only way the NBA can get over Durant and them is they're gonna have to do the expansion teams, and they're gonna have to somehow separate that team a different way.
Well, that's it's interesting because because
we talked about this last night actually. Durant set the precedent already in his prime that he will take a pay cut and not get the max.
Right. Just so he.
So technically,
but you see what just happened in the NHL.
2 max players like that, and 2 other of them gonna take a pay cut.
But I was gonna say, did you see what just happened in the hockey in the NHL?
What happened?
They got the expansion team.
Hold on. Of course, I didn't see what happened in the NHL hockey. So what happened?
No offense, but unless I'm drunk at the game, I don't care about it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it is tight up close.
No, but people have been talking about it a ton because they had an expansion team this year in Las Vegas, the Golden Knights, and they did an expansion draft, and that team is now in the finals.
They're in the finals.
And it's like
the Knights, yeah.
I just think the pool. We were talking about this too. Like the pool of talent is different. Like we've been over here, as you guys saw at the beginning of the episode, playing this
Scott
NBA
Skiles
jam.
couldn't touch NBA court now.
And it's like when you look at people who played in the '90s.
Come on, bro.
It was more equal across the board.
Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing against Jordan. Come on,
there's
bro.
Yeah, man. The level of talent really has gone crazy. Like,
come on.
I mean, the fact that Vince
wasn't playing. Blake Griffin can barely play on the. Blake Griffin would be a fucking. That's Karl Malone.
Exactly.
That's fucking
Karl Malone with a jump with a vertical.
Blake Griffin.
I'll say this: Jordan was out there playing. You don't get one player out of the next player. But if we're gonna really keep it real, Kobe wasn't playing like that. Prime Kobe wasn't playing there. T-Mac wasn't playing there. LeBron played against Garnett and Duncan.
I think it's also like one of those like, you know, Jordan could have been Jordan without a perfect storm of things happening with like marketing and all that. I think the same thing with this like new era of athlete. It's like the rules have changed.
It's 2 coins to
and so the rules are. It ain't that different.
But also the athleticism is out of the building.
A foul still a foul.
I think you have less people playing football and more people playing basketball, and I think that's been a big thing.
Like, people dying and shit.
And baseball,
right? Yeah.
But I'll say this: revisionist history. Revisionist history is real. It's like we'll talk about football. Them old football players say, "Oh, these young players weak, this and that." Them motherfuckers couldn't touch Julio Jones.
Right. Yeah.
If you want to really keep it real about, you can't. That's why you can't compare.
Because it's evolution.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like people back then, like my grandpa used to work on the south side as a fireman and a bricklayer, and in the summer he would lay bricks with Dick Butkus and his brothers.
Know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Dick Butkus is one of the most legendary, but like that's not what Brian Urlacher was doing in the off season. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, man.
He was like training with scientists and like, you know what I mean? Like running like doing in Rocky IV and shit.
And that's the 2 sides of revisionist history that we're talking about that happened. If you gonna say on one hand, Jordan never lost, all the good things that played into him being at that time. On
you gotta say the other side.
Yo, LeBron never lost a first round.
Right. LeBron went to the finals way before Jordan.
That's a very significant
LeBron is breaking all of Jordan's records.
Everybody want to say it like this. You know what I'm
saying? And they protecting it.
Because he came out of high school. But I say this, Jordan didn't wasn't no franchise player at 18.
No.
19, 20.
He wasn't no franchise player at 19.
He could score.
But also, he wasn't being, you know.
And that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't.
And that's why I'm tired of doing this.
Exactly.
Bro. That's why I'm tired of having these conversations because I don't want to take away from Jordan. I don't want to take away from nobody. I just want the shit to be what it is. You know
that's a good conversation.
Right. Because it's stupid.
You can't enjoy it. Because, you know what I'm saying?
And it's a constant talking piece, so I get the business part behind it, but it's like at this point,
ESPN needs to fill those hours.
It's getting disrespectful, bro. It's getting disrespectful. That's all I'm gonna say.
To the game,
to the game and to the king, because we might never see this again, bro.
No, for real. And at this point, I think, like I said earlier in the episode, like I feel like that last performance, not the last performance, but game 1 was what it was, but like that game 7 against the Celtics. I feel like it woke a ton of people up. I feel like a ton of people all of a sudden realized, like, oh shit, like it was like, I don't know, when the Beatles hit America or something.
And that's what I'm saying. And the reason why and we've been watching it because what about him against Detroit? Champions. Going 20 something in a row. Like we've been seeing this, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't new.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's new,
but it's been amazing the whole time.
I think he had to. But I'm saying that game won over people who like casually pay attention to basketball. You know what I mean? I think people who pay attention to basketball.
If you not one,
but like if you were like some like
that is true. The casual fan,
like your girlfriend now knows she has to pay attention.
Even she like, I got you.
LeBron is really the best player.
I got you.
Like you put the game on, your girl's not mad because you're like, yo, this is the
greatest shit we'll ever see.
Performance art. Right. Yeah, this is like what this dude is doing is unreal.
He has changed that. I will say that has changed in the public opinion now that it's like, no, it's must see.
Yeah,
must see TV.
Because it's like now
it's become a ritual.
He's 30 now.
33.
And he's like, I mean,
how
many more years we got?
Right, we say he's the best athlete MJ won the MVP at 35.
And now they just not giving it to
You know what I'm saying?
LeBron could have won an MVP
going.
every year in the whole league.
I do
Still
feel
going.
like they don't give him MVP.
They just
it's like,
politically.
Listen to
It's like he
Yeah.
really
How
could.
much longer are we just gonna watch them? Like I said, MJ won it.
And
at
that's
When was the last time he won the
disrespectful.
MVP?
Hellas ago, and it's fucking
Really?
disrespectful.
4 years ago, I think.
That's why I'm saying they be disrespecting, bro.
Let's see if we know. This year is mystery. James Harden, we don't know. Last year was Russell Westbrook. Year before that was Kevin Durant. And then the year before that, no,
No, it was Steph Curry,
then
KD,
LeBron.
13. Probably 13 was the last one he got.
So like 5 years, not 4. Maybe 6.
But it's like,
This might be the 6.
think about it, if you 10, you ain't never not seen LeBron in the final. If you 12, you not paying attention to you like 3, 4, 5. You ain't never not seen LeBron in the championship.
That's crazy.
That ain't, you know
All
what
right,
I mean?
this is kind
It's
of
like
crazy,
the,
actually. So the MVP. Sorry, not to cut
No,
you
you
off,
good.
my
You
bad.
good. You got stats.
So,
That man.
so since when did he come in the league? He came in the league 08, right?
No, LeBron?
No,
03.
03. My
Yeah.
fault. So Garnett won 03. Steve Nash won 2 years in a row, 04, 05, which seems crazy now.
Yeah.
Dirk Nowitzki took 06, 07.
That was Kobe's.
Kobe 07, 08. And then LeBron went back-to-back 08, 09. Derek took 2010.
Shout out to D-Rose.
He interrupted LeBron's run, and LeBron
Right,
got
which
11
was
and
some
12.
bullshit.
And then Durant, Stephen, and Russell.
Who was after LeBron the 2 times? Durant, Steph.
It was LeBron 2012, 2013, Kevin 2013, 2014, 2 Stephs in a row, and then a Russell.
And then it looks like a Jamie now coming up next. So this is what I'm saying. Next year,
Jamie not even top
But I'm saying,
3
like,
in the league.
To be honest with you, and not to cut you off, but like Russell Westbrook, Stephen Curry are like parts of a team.
And I'm going to tell
Russell
you now,
Westbrook, I'll give it to.
No, Westbrook deserved it.
the
but, like-
narrative will be next year is going to be they're going to try to give Anthony Davis a turn. And they're going to
Anthony Davis.
Maybe they
gonna
use the
try to-
MVP to help market the league, maybe.
they're going to
That's what
rush
they do.
Anthony
Yeah,
Davis
that's what I'm
out.
saying. It's just like
they're going to rush him out. You know what I'm saying? Because now their team is definitely going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
They're going to put them on national TV a
Yeah,
lot
he the new
more.
guy. He the next one.
And LeBron going to do what he just did this year. But I'm interested. We just don't know who he's going to play with. That's the one thing we don't know. From year to year.
And we never know. We never know.
And
Where
that
do you guys?
incons-
All right, so hold on.
inconsistency-
You see all the shit about Brian Colangelo over at the
Yeah,
was gonna
that
be
was
my
some
next
bullshit.
topic.
But it's a good segue because
Let's
They said he going to
leads
Philly.
into like where's LeBron going?
let's get
Because
into
like
it.
Philly was one of the biggest spots he could go.
Ain't happening
unless
I mean, it was one of the.
Hold on.
It was in the conversation.
On the wire, they're talking about David Griffin.
Yeah.
Who used to
Potentially
be the
going over there.
GM, who was the GM who got Kevin Love, who was the GM who was in the process of getting Paul George until
Dan Gilbert was a hoe, and
until
then
Dan Gilbert
you know what I'm
fired
saying?
him.
Dan Gilbert's such a cheap ass hoe.
Man,
A hoe.
He's like the pettiest dude in the NBA.
But
I
yeah,
don't like it.
he got a lot of money though. But
I
all
don't
right, continue.
like it.
What we talking about? Yeah, I don't with the Colangelo shit
No,
and
no,
LeBron. We can talk
hold
about
on.
both of them.
So on the Colangelo shit, like, what do you guys think about the fact that like he was tweeting, he had fake accounts? It's pretty obvious.
You mean the latest update that he said it could be his wife?
Yeah, why?
No,
he
it's
might as well not
definitely
say
him,
nothing.
like-
He tripping.
You
He
know, a
tripping.
wife under the bus?
He
Yeah.
tripping, bro. Tripping.
to have like what? How do you think? Like, can he? They definitely have to fire him, right? Like you
They
can't
doing
have.
their best not to fire him.
But I'm saying you have.
But
to
he's
fire-
from such a powerful family.
But
in
I know, but it's
basketball,
like
too.
it's
If
one of
dude
those
was
things where it's
black-
like how could a player go to that team?
if
and,
Magic
like,
Johnson did
Trump
this, he'd be
president.
fired so
So,
fast.
I mean, it's like at this point, oh well, we can't have integrity. I mean, shit. Nigga, white people be doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? If they got the power to
this
do
is
it,
crazy.
it is crazy. I would
How
fire
is he
him
not
maybe,
fired immediately?
but
Oh yeah,
It's-
merchandise.
it is what it is, man.
Miles Sauce is kind of.
I don't even really want to talk about Colangelo. It's just funny. Just read some articles about it. If you're not hip, go on Twitter and figure something
Basically,
out.
I was bringing that up just to kind of segue you guys into that.
Into LeBron, right?
But like,
Where he
because I
might
think
go.
that affects where LeBron goes a little bit. I don't think
I
LeBron
don't think
wants
he
him
ever
on
was
the
going to live in a random cold city he never lived in. I can't really see him moving around too much. I honestly one of the people who think he gonna just figure it out in Cleveland or maybe go back to Miami or do something he
I
already
think
done
he's
before.
gonna max out in Cleveland.
That make the most
It
sense.
just makes the most sense.
He done already took his little pay because he done did his moving around. I think his kids growing up, he's stable. He not finna. That's some people not taking into consideration. They treat stars like they not like human beings.
Right, like
and
you don't
shit.
have a family. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you gotta look into
However,
that shit too.
In the LeBron bag of tricks, in the same way that MJ did like 3 retirements, you know, like LeBron has got his own kind of narrative too.
Yeah.
It would speak to me that he feel like he got a lot more in the tank if he was like, fuck that, I'm going to get some rings. That would speak, or that would really Like that would just be like nuclear.
For me though, I don't know where he could go though. It's no
basketball.
guarantee into going to get no rings, and then chemistry is a real thing too. So even if he go play somewhere besides New Orleans, unless he just take a pay cut and go to New Orleans, which would be fucking crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
But it ruined the integrity of the game to a certain degree. So it's like,
and that's what I'm saying.
KD,
Adam Silver, LeBron puts the NBA in an interesting position.
Fuck ass.
Because remember, like we talked about before, you said he should take a pay cut and go get some players. So he might take a pay cut and go somewhere else. Well, that would fuck the league up.
But you have to explain it to like people who don't like understand the concept because it is tricky.
Because then it will become a thing where the players are clearly running the league.
No, but the idea is that LeBron sets the precedent for how much he's the best player, so he should be the highest paid player. So he takes a pay cut. Like KD could take a pay cut because he had LeBron over him. Because LeBron's the guy setting the precedent, not KD.
Yeah, it's not like, as hurtful. It's
so if LeBron takes a pay cut, that takes everyone's pay down, right?
Because
like everybody's getting paid.
Because there are other players in the league who could still make more money than KD.
And LeBron not going to take no pay cut.
The further LeBron pushes that ceiling up, the more people can bargin for right underneath.
He done took one pay cut in his career every time. He's maxed out every single time since.
Because, though, him and Chris Paul passed the thing where you can go up on your salary cap after you're 35. Like they tried to cap it, or like you couldn't make a certain amount, but they're still playing. They're probably going to pay past 35, so they want to keep making the money at the value
they deserve to make.
Right, and they pass that through. So that's another reason why.
And players like them, especially Hall of Famers, deserve that because they draw. Even if you are older in your career, like I saw Derek Jeter in his last year on his retirement tour, and just different figures in sports. Kobe, I seen Kobe his last year when we went to Milwaukee.
Yeah,
he's drawing. You know what I'm saying? He's not dunking on people no more and shit, but it's like people are still getting their last chance. That was the first time I ever seen Kobe, the only time.
Well, that was one of the things we were talking about too. It's like you're making all the money for the team.
Commerce. Yeah. Like, it's real commerce. Like I said, we paid to
like Kobe deserved to get paid. It was like he held him hostage. It was like, nah, fuck that. I'm Kobe.
But it is going to take. It's like when you look at LeBron's team, and that was what started our conversation. But like LeBron obviously can't do that because if he does that, it lowers. But the team he's got, it's like they kind of need
something that kind of like goes to both of y'all's points. Something that you just said. The Lakers were just cool with Kobe kind of having his farewell tour and them not being that good
because they were transitioning.
Will Dan Gilbert be that type of owner?
Dan Gilbert, because he's only been bad if he's not with LeBron.
So that's what I'm saying. And that creates what kind of position? Michael Jordan. They pushed Michael Jordan out the league. He wasn't done playing, but he just didn't want to play for the Bulls.
They pushed him out of Chicago.
The precedent wasn't go to another team because you stay loyal to your team. That was the mentality of the league. That's what I'm saying. LeBron might be really looking long term and might be like, shit, on my last ride, who gonna fuck with me?
And I feel like he's already decided the people mean more to him than Dan Gilbert, dumbass. Otherwise, he wouldn't have came back, period. So I think he already compartmentalized that he comfortable with where he at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he going to do it. I think he going to finish it out in Cleveland. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's what it's weighing like and it's looking like to me.
He going to get maxed out, make that bread. And
Does Kawhi stay in San Antonio?
That's a good question.
That's one that people.
I think LA. He's the one who might could end up in LA more. If I'm LA, I want Kawhi. I want all that PG shit. PG shit kind of food.
And I'm willing to trade some young players to the Spurs if they, you know what I'm saying, because Tony Parker said that he still wants to play. Like he said he was like I was hurt this year. He was like, I had to go play to prove that I could still play because I could play, but I really hurt. I'm just older, so being hurt just impacts his game more. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't recover as fast. So it just shows a little bit more, especially in the playoffs. So it's like.
But yeah, in the playoffs, he was hooping a little bit, though. Tony Parker still is better than a lot of people.
So it's like he feel like get another summer. You know what I'm saying? He's open to, I think that if somebody was like, damn, Tony Parker, we'll give you some extra money to come play here.
And if I was, he might leave San Antonio, that's what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, because he want to play.
Okay,
that's right. For sure at San Antonio, it's a reserve world. It is what it is.
Because Murray got Murray right now. He was first team all defense, wasn't he?
Prepping Murray.
A
third. He was something.
He was whatever. To be a second-year player to be on the first team or some type of team is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then not be tall.
Yeah, be 6'5". Yeah. I mean, you rip squad. You taking people rock.
You rip squad.
That's a big facet of the game. People be tripping off. Don't be tripping off for no more. It's like you taking people rock. You can hoop.
Like, you steal the ball. You cold.
That's a skill.
People still appreciate maybe because of the defense, the cornerback. You know
You know what I'm saying? Interception.
Right. But people, point guards is now getting into like less well-rounded and just like, oh, I could shoot hella good. Look at me. I'm cute. I could dribble. But like back in the day, motherfuckers really played on both sides of the ball. That's why I can't rock with Jamie being the MVP, even though he is going to be it. He deserves it because he's just so cold offensively.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, we in the playoffs, you not playing defense, bro. The integrity of the game, bro. It's kids watching this shit. Are we gonna uphold the sport?
You look like a hoe, like, bro. You a hoe.
That's why even with rap, it's just like y'all gonna do all this whack ass shit. Like this shit weak, bro. Because when y'all was kids, that shit wasn't going on. That's not fair. Do it right. Do it right. Play defense. That's why your ass at home.
Don't cheat.
Because you can't guard Steph. Steph got to go in the fuck off, and who was supposed to guard him?
Yeah, MVP.
The MVP.
MVP.
But he be looking crazy and shit. That shit weak, bro. That shit weak. So I'm calling shit out today. I'm airing it out today. It's summer. It's summer. It feel good in Chicago. It feel like spring in Chicago.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to Push.
You are hiding a child.
Even though this is basketball, basketball and rap is the same thing.
That's the best rap line in a long time.
He said in his DJ Khaled voice too, like another one.
Another one.
You are hiding a child.
It was like for like 1 second he broke character in the song. It wasn't Pusha T anymore. He was Terrence. So like that one line. Man. Terrence said that line.
And Drake is a part of the NBA. He's a real affiliated ambassador of the NBA. So you lose some, you win some, Drake. But you got exposed, brother.
You might win some, but you
shout out to also. We doing shout out. We off script. Fuck it. Shout out to Kanye.
Ooh, yay!
I said it. Shout out to Kanye for dropping a classic album. If you really bipolar, I feel like he really be burning his soul. Everybody hating on bro. It is what it is. He a human being. No, don't get on the mic. I'm shouting out Kanye. Hold on, time out. Shout out to Kanye for a classic album. We appreciate you. We can get back to basketball for Jake Star
really
hating.
like
You're the first person I heard listen to more than the first 2 songs.
I listened to the whole album.
I listened to it for like 6 or 7 times already. So it's a 20-minute listen. I love the 7-song wave. I love the production.
The production
is top notch.
Every review I've read is everyone says that they love the production, but don't really give a shit what comes out of his mouth.
Right. Well, whatever. I'm not emotional about what people say.
I think people are detached personally from Kanye. They're detached from Kanye personally,
right.
But you can't really detach from the music because the music is still.
The music is quality.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and even from a personal standpoint, because the art is linked to the person,
but listen. In a similar way, I'll say like Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson, what's the Invincible? Mm-hmm. That album good as hell, but people just weren't into Michael
tabloids
Jackson like they were like Thriller. You know what I'm saying?
They loved him as
music.
I don't honestly. Good. The one problem I don't even like the bipolar thing. Like,
who are you to not like some shit though? That's what I'm saying. Like, how can
I just don't like the use of it as like an advertisement for an album. Like, I don't like him all of a sudden.
How do you feel like that's an advertisement?
Well, because
if that's not personal art,
like
is that not him like sharing?
No, but in the hip hop journalism world right now, like in that side of the world, like a big conversation has been about like the Lil Pumps and the Trippie Reds and the fucking Extentations and all these guys who are using mental health and like saying that they have mental health problems and drug problems to push their music forward as like a marketing scheme.
These people
and
do that.
Instead of being a leader like J. Cole tried to be. I'm not saying J. Cole did it right. J. Cole never really gets it right. Uh-huh. But like instead of being a leader in that sense, he kind of is just playing into like the worst common denominator of what's happening in marketing of hip hop right now.
I think
like he might very well
I think
be
he's just being honest.
No, he very well might be, but he very well might be bipolar.
And I think it's bullshit for us to shit on a man who being honest in his art like that.
He very well might be bipolar. I don't doubt that.
That explains why y'all mad.
But to not just deal with that on your own, instead use that to sell, like put it on top of a record. I think that, and given the timing of it and everything, I think it's a weird
something
thing.
That I think that like I'm starting to see a pattern with Kanye in regards to that is, in an interesting way, he always finds a way to speak to the youth. And what I mean by that is, when I look at the people, every year, every couple years or so, it's like, you even look at like the A$AP Baris, the Ian Connors, the type of people he keep around. Yeah, though those people are very flawed and fucked up people, they represent, like XXXTentacion and them, the youth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? They are fucked up. Hold on.
Yeah, like right. The youth, it's in a different way.
Ian Connor's out here like raping women and stuff like that. He's not allowed to come back to Chicago. Like.
So is obviously a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, yeah.
But I'm just saying, but shit, he
Whatever.
free. You know what I'm saying? Like, he living his life. You know what I mean? That's a real thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but these people are, you know what I mean, so much younger than him.
My bad.
I feel like it's interesting in the way that which he's doing that at his age. So I don't think, hold on. So my point in saying that is, I think y'all both right.
No, I don't think it's about being right.
What I'm saying is, it is honest, and he is displaying it that way because he know they gonna like it.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's
and you just at his age, we don't expect that from people because nobody acts like
it's
that.
It's not even
at
about
age.
that, really. I just really genuinely feel as though like it was like this weird play for attention in a way. That's not
his age though, because hold on.
Hold on. Let me say my piece. My piece real quick. Like, given the place he's in and the person he is and all the things he just did. Yeah. It sounds like he's blaming it on that. Like, he's like, yeah, I did all this crazy shit and talked about Trump. Oh, but I'm bipolar now, you know, and it's like, and now, like, by my record, I don't know, it just feels like a pandering kind of thing, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just, that's how I feel.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think what part of that is something that you have to remember is, like, with his music and stuff like that, the type of rapper he is.
Yeah. True.
Don't lose that. Don't lose that. This is the same nigga that made Breathe In, Breathe Out, make songs about getting head. Like, he's goofy as fuck. He goofy.
That's all I'm saying. Is I felt like that was a goofy marketing play.
No, but I'm just saying that's just how he rap. He made a song called Gold Digger.
We're agreeing that.
He made a song called Gold Digger. But I'm saying, like, that's corny. That shit is corny.
I don't know.
But he make it like, damn, I fuck with it. This shit hard. I like it. But I'm saying it go back to age, and I'm saying from a rap thing. Because,
age should be just maturity.
But listen, though, it come from an age thing because it's like Jay speak on shit and he try to keep his age out front. You gonna know I'm older. Jay could have spoke to the youth and been balling. Jay got the most money. He could.
I mean, the story of OJ is like a great example.
He could have all that shit, but because of his age, he's choosing to appeal to them in a different way. And
Kanye's starting to feel like the old head hanging at the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, right.
Because he fucking got Travis Scott in them. He really be with them. But they really look to him, though. It's hella interesting.
It's very layered. Like, we could talk about this for hours.
04. That's hella interesting that the Instagram young motherfuckers want to be like, yeah.
Well, I was sitting with, I was sitting with Kevin, I was sitting with Mike Collard from from Soundscape and Closed Sessions the other night. We were having this conversation.
Yeah.
And I think he's around 40. I'm not going to give him away. He's around that age.
He's older than you.
He's a little bit older than me. And so, like, we were talking about this, and we were sitting down, and it was interesting because, like, when he was talking to me, you know, he's kind of got an indifference to it. And he doesn't, like, he didn't realize that, like, I'm 28, so for the last 10 years, 14 years, like, Kanye has been, like, this Michael Jackson-esque figure. And top of that being from Chicago and everything, I think that's the thing that, like, adds that extra layer for us. Like, people don't realize. Same thing we were just saying with LeBron, low-key. It kind of is a reflection of the same point.
It is.
I feel as though LeBron handled himself in a different way that allowed us to say that he's getting fronted on now, where Kanye is kind of doing the opposite.
And I think
maybe we just found our way back.
You know what? And you know what, though?
It makes
But another person who does that and gets to the youth in his own way, it just doesn't offend people the same way. Pharrell. Nobody fucking Pharrell age coloring their hair and wearing the shit that he
but I don't.
But I'm saying.
But that's why, like, that's why I bring up the mental health aspect, because I don't. That's a serious topic that a lot of people aren't paying attention to, and especially in this country, especially in his city. Like, talk about Chicago. Like,
when you look at
have you been to Uptown? Like in Uptown, they've closed all the mental health facilities. There's people wandering the streets and needing mental health. And you're gonna, like, use that to, like, that's just how you feel about it. I mean, that's what it is. But I really honestly feel like this man clearly. Let's look at his career. His career has been very linked with his life. His music is very personal. You know what I'm saying? It's always been very personal. So I feel him and I take from him through his art. That's how he speaks to people. Hold on 1 second. His life, post his mother dying, this man has struggled as being one of the biggest black figures in the history of the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, how is he not having struggle and dealing with this shit? Well, like, he obviously got issues. That's fine, but, like, deal with your issues. Like,
who are you to tell him how he deal with it?
No, but I'm saying, like, he's
an artist.
The only time we ever see this, like, he does all this shit, like, he's wilding out and he should go sit the fuck down.
Okay, that's how you feel.
No, but that's like for real, man. To be like
but he
all
could
this
do
stuff
what he
we
want
just
to
heard
do.
about him getting liposuction, being off all these drugs, being at the show in
That
Sacramento
sound like
and like
somebody
screaming
who
at all the
struggling
people.
mentally.
Then you're going to TMZ and then you're telling them all this shit. Like, yo, man, it's like it doesn't seem generally like you're dealing with the shit that well. You know what I'm saying? So like
He not.
That's the.
I think that's the crazy.
You listen to the album now. So listen after this. Smoke you a joint, whatever you do.
He really not.
And listen.
He's not.
You're just listen to it because
he going
you
crazy.
sound like a lot of people I know that are just broken and like wilding out because they don't know what else
He's
to
the
do.
same guy from when you started loving him. He's the same person. It's just the evolution, bro.
I'm not blaming that. I think he just hasn't taken the time to deal with himself. I feel like
and he might be Prince. He might be Michael Jackson.
But I still love him.
He might be the motherfucker that died
saying?
too early because obviously motherfuckers don't be dealing with this shit very well.
It ain't easy. But I can't judge, bro, because he doing shit that I couldn't do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging.
I'm here right now because of Kanye.
My whole
you know
point.
What I'm saying? That's power.
Low key, we're all here sitting here right
shit,
now because of that.
Yeah,
shit.
we all know.
I can't front on him, so I gotta respect him and love him through his time and not shit on him and you know what I mean, and turn my back on him.
Tanel, you could say all that shit exactly how you're saying it, but like that would be the same thing as people who grew up with Cosby saying that like everything.
That's hella different.
No, it's
bro.
not really because it's
right.
Like no. I'm just saying no. You're just pushing everything to like the side and like saying that like
I'm not pushing nothing to the side, bro.
Like I'm not. I love the man. No, I love the man. I love his music. I think everything's great. I'm purely saying that I don't agree with like the idea of using bipolar and like mental health.
I'm saying it's not fact. What you're saying is not fact.
I don't.
That's all I'm saying. So I mean, if that's how you feel about what's going on, we don't know what's going on. That's all. I'm saying.
I mean, I'm just going off the name of the album and the fact that it's selling.
But I'm saying you don't know his intentions behind his art. That's all. It's art. It is literally art, and you're judging.
All right, so I would say this.
I would
say this based on all the stuff that he was tweeting and the way he was acting, and like the whole slavery comment, and the fact that we all can at this point agree that man is not as smart as he thinks he is. Like he's not as intelligent as he thinks he is.
You're saying what you want to say.
I'm saying what I want to say.
I'm just saying it's not endorsed. That's not speaking for. It's not.
I'm not speaking for anybody but myself. Like I don't believe that he is as smart as he thinks he is, and I think like even like the Pusha T cover with like the Whitney Houston shit, like hella insensitive, like that fucked up her son and shit, and like he begged them not to do that, and like I just think there's all this thing about going against the grain just to go against the grain. Like we've had Basquiat's, we've had like Andy Warhol's, we had people throughout history that have like done things that have like disrupted society. But I think he's lost sight of what that was. I think when he got on TV and said like, you know, George Bush doesn't care about black people, that was a disruption to like the commonality of what was going on at the time. I think he thinks he's doing that still and he believes it in his heart, but I don't think he's doing it. I think that's what's upsetting me about like all this is like even with the album title. I'm not saying I'm right, it's my opinion, but like even with that, it's like, yo man, like okay, if you're bipolar, be bipolar. You don't have to put it on your album cover. There's a lot of people who are bipolar in the music industry that don't have to use that to sell albums. You know what I mean?
How
so
you
like,
feel about him to me is peace because it's how your relationship to him.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But that's why I can appreciate him because you wouldn't feel that way if you didn't love him so much. And his life,
I'll give you that 100%.
His life is an example because in the next 1,000 years, it could be 1,000 years from now, they're gonna study this shit, bro. We can't sit up here and act like this not real. What's going on?
I
that's
think
all I'm saying.
But I think that's why us as like real fans that have like
know?
grown up with him are worried right now because it's like you want that legacy for him to be like LeBron.
And it's not up to you.
No, but I'm saying like that's why we
you feel me? That's my point. It's not up to us.
My point to tie it back together so we can get out of here is that like
this is a good rapper. It's a great show.
Great. No, but I was gonna say is
it's kind of hot.
The way LeBron, like we can all agree, like he is the greatest. He is amazing. Like you cannot deny LeBron, right?
We don't all agree, but
I mean,
we agree, but we don't all agree.
I'm saying the way we could agree. Like the way we could all be like, yes, obviously LeBron.
They're very similar figures to write a piece on.
Because he's doing all, like you say, he's doing all the right things. He's politically active. He's doing this. He's doing that, and like he's the greatest athlete that's ever happened. He's never been hurt. Like all the shit that he makes sure he handles all his stuff.
So did Bill Cosby.
But.
You know what I'm saying?
While he was raping people, though.
Right, but I'm saying, but it's just.
But I'm saying, like Kanye is just like I'm just saying. I'm not saying it again as like a fact. It's just that I think that's why people are upset. I think people are like, man, we don't want you to tarnish your legacy.
I get it.
You know, so like, yeah.
And it's his legacy, and that's all I'm saying. And his shit is. If you like the music still, if you could get beyond him struggling in life and his story is, but that's how it's playing out. That's why I look at it. Like even with LeBron, it's the same situation I was just saying earlier. Let them live their life. It ain't up to me.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
It ain't up to me. He could end the world. He could end cancer or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, but I can't until the end from 1977 until
Yeah.
And let people live and give it to him. Because he not hurting nobody. He is hurt people's feelings. Yeah. But that ain't, he not out here doing it because y'all don't have to be tuned in.
He's not committing a crime.
He not, yeah, exactly.
And that's why you can't really compare him to nobody, or really, because it's like, even Michael Jackson, they could put Michael Jackson up for a straight crime. Like, Michael Jackson went to trial. That's the only reason.
And they fucked him up, and he didn't even do it.
Stop liking Michael Jackson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Endorsing Donald Trump at this point is kind of like.
But I'm saying
it's not raping kids, bro.
I'm saying this. He got the right to do that.
Yeah, it's his. He's an American. That's what I'm saying. I can't. You could just not like it.
That's why my point was always just the disappointment. It's just.
And I'm just saying.
And I feel you, and you have the right to be disappointed.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Like, it's not. I think it's not like a hating on. It's just like a lot of people are just hella disappointed.
But when you on them platforms and you in them spaces where you have to not be biased, you're not. You're a journalist.
I'll say this though. Something that I think that I learned, and we could really shake on this in the final predictions or something like that. But something I learned real young when I was in middle school. I remember when George Bush was running in 2004 or whatever. And I'll say my first, because I'll say, Jake, you're like my second real white friend. So it's like, I've been to your house. I hung out with you. I have been to many people's house for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With my friend, shout out Elliot or whatever. Elliot told me at the time, and that his family was voting for Bush. He was like, I vote for Bush.
We in Missouri.
And that was just crazy to me, because I didn't look at perceptual-wise as Elliot as somebody who would do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And after we just talked about it and I understood, I was like, for your reasons, I understand. Now, Kanye, being somebody I know for one, doesn't know shit about politics. Right. I know for a fact he doesn't.
Go back to.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that. In the same way, I wouldn't look to Cam Newton to give me anything socially about a woman. I'm not looking to Kanye to give me anything socially about.
And I feel you, but I think
you know what I'm saying?
I think what makes it
Kanye's only political statement wasn't a political statement.
But I think what makes it a little deeper is like being from Chicago and being who he is, like the whole Rhyme Fest shit that happened this week too, where like Rhyme Fest called him out. Like, yo, I'll be real. I'll be completely real with you. I was reached out to by Donda's House like 2 years ago to be a judge for some like after school thing they were doing where they were picking a bunch of kids to be in a program and they were performing and all this stuff. So that shit was on 87th and like Woodlawn, and like an old ass church that was like not like no offense, it was like a really worn down church, and it was like, it looked like something like some old like when you were a kid playing basketball at some like crappy little Catholic school, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it was like in the hood down on the south side, and Shay Rhymefest Smith was there, like he was there running the whole shit, and I remember like walking around like, where like it was just him, and there wasn't a lot of money in it, and there was folding tables and plastic chairs. You know what I'm saying? It was pieces of paper. It wasn't
where people coming from.
And so like with that whole thing, it's like I've always had the point that Chance has been famous for 1/8 of the amount of time that Kanye has been famous, and he's done 10 times the amount of shit for the city. No, it's not about comparing. It's about just like, yo, you came out as this person who made Jesus walks. You came out as this compassionate, soulful Chicago motherfucker. Like, you got to back that up. And I think Chance has like really done that very well. I think Common's done that very well. I think like there's a lot of guys. Mick Jenkins, all the YCA people. And like,
hold on. Yeah, I'm out.
No.
I got to pee.
I like that, but I got a question. Would you, if you had to pick,
scoot over.
Would you want, Kanye's music has done so much, right? These other people, I'll say outside of Chance.
Right.
And Common, but Common's music only took that next step because of Kanye, so I'll give it an asterisk by his name. His bigger, more accomplishments in his career.
I think he made more accomplishments
in acting.
Like Water for Chocolate was
right, but okay, but that didn't. But then
that didn't impact.
That didn't impact them that way. You just a hip hop head. Yeah, you just know some shit, but the general person, no comment from that point on.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? In the 2000s, I'll say. That kept his career going. If Kanye would have did a Ludacris album, his shit would have kept going. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Not to mention there would not be there would be, but not to the same degree as what they are right now. Without a Kanye West, be a Chance or a Mick.
But hold on. My point is that's
obvious.
What he did out front You know what I'm saying?
Right, so I mean,
listen. I'm gonna make a real good point.
I'm gonna piggyback
What
it.
I think he is doing out front for the city, right? Still being active. Him not retiring yet and settling, letting the dust settle to let something else come up. He's still creating the music landscape in Chicago hasn't formed yet because there's no labels here yet. That just sit and make, that produce in the same way that Atlanta has because Chicago should. So what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, I think that Ye still rapping, still being very much so relevant in rap, it's still a rap element that's like, for him, I don't know why, it's some competitive shit.
Yeah.
All right, so I have
it's something real deep rooted to why he not really coming.
I have 2 points on that. I have 2 points on that real quick.
It ain't the community. I'm saying it's not his lack of love for the community.
I know, I feel where you're coming from, but I have 2 points on that. So I wrote a story one time. I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been when Chance came out with Coloring Book for Pigeons and Planes or something else. But it was some piece that happened recently where I talked about the fact that like Kanye seems like Kanye had to go blaze the trail. Kanye had to go out to New York and New Jersey in his like U-Haul and like unpack and like
another level.
He had to leave Chicago to do it. He had to blaze the trail, and then once that like, and he had to be the guy to like, you know, if the Revenant or some shit, you know, like he had to be the guy to really like walk that path and do that shit. But like once he did that shit, he you know, that was the path that Chance got to walk. Chance got to walk that path. Vic got to walk that path. Like artists after, he had to put that city on his back.
Right.
I think at the same time, he found himself like, you know, that took a lot of stress. That took a lot of pressure. That took a lot. You had all those people. Chance didn't have all that pressure. You know what I mean? Because the path was already laid. You like, it's if you're walking through a forest. If there's a path in front of you, it's easy. If you have to hack it apart, it's gonna be harder. Kanye hacked it apart. Chance walked down it. Now at the same time, I think the thing that
we gotta start saying Chance. You know who? I'm not to cut you off, but we gotta start saying Chance and Virgil now.
Well, everybody. I mean, I say Chance. Yeah, I say Chance. The Chicago Renaissance, right? So like, the Chicago Renaissance has come about though through a DIY landscape where Chance, the same way you talk about like LeBron and the NBA evolving, like Chance evolved the game. Like Chance came into the game, and instead of, I hated the interview where Kanye was sitting there like, this dude won't give me money. This dude won't give me money. I asked
that
this
was the
guy.
easiest interview.
Yeah, I hated that shit because I was like, I was, you know, hanging. I'll fly on the wall with a lot of like the stuff going on with Chance at the time, and I was like, they were finding that money elsewhere. They were finding creative ways to go out and get that money and do that shit. And so like the interesting thing to me was like, I was looking at them like Kanye at the time, like, yo, you're like kind of a whole goofy right now. Like, why are you begging people for money and getting thrown out of Fendi and shit when like you have the money, like you have the resources.
Two different things, like the level of quality and the craftsmanship that he's really trying to put into it, even with what it
Chance
looks
just
like.
got $200,000 after he canceled on a festival to his social works thing to get to schools in Chicago.
That's a totally different ballgame.
I'm just saying,
like for what he does with Yeezus, like he needs millions and millions of dollars, and he doesn't want to spend his own. He wants to spend somebody else's.
Well, I'm not even talking about making money. I'm talking about finding ways to funnel this back to the city, like through Donda's house and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Saying you have resources.
Brand?
Through like the.
What's the funnel back? The clothing brand?
No, the clothing brand. No, I'm talking about like Chance canceled a show at a festival recently.
Right.
He couldn't make it in Flying Lotus.
Right.
And the festival still donated $200,000 to social works.
That's awesome.
His public works.
You're asking why doesn't Kanye do something?
Well,
like
Kanye
that?
with Donda's house doesn't do anything, and that's supposed to be his whole thing for the youth of Chicago.
Right.
They've been trying to save Kanye's childhood home for 2 years, and Kanye hasn't put any money towards saving his own childhood home. You know what I mean? Like, and I love Kanye. I love his
Maybe
music.
he don't want to. Is crazy. I don't know if that's really.
He obviously don't want to.
Yeah, I think if he wanted to do it, he would do it.
So this is my thing, because you know what? In a different way, a smaller scale, St. Louis went through the exact same thing. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. The narrative on Nelly in St. Louis is Nelly didn't never come back and do nothing. And I'm telling you, Nelly got the capacity to really change St. Louis.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
A real person to really change St. Louis, and it's really come down to his peers, his own age, which he don't have any more of Chicago. His peers, his own age, maxed out at GLC. And Rhymefest in them, so they not even peers anymore. So he don't got, hold on, listen. He don't got peers. I seen that with Nelly. All his peers his age in real life they can't be Nelly.
But
so
that goes back to the point you just made about how he tries to connect with the youth and the fact that he can connect with the youth, and he's already pulled Vic and Chance in.
And he did. And what happened? Vic didn't really want to rock with him no more because he felt like Kanye was taking from him because Kanye was using his raps like he do everybody.
Honestly, Vic was real for that because like he backed out of that kind of quietly and like subtly, but like Travis Scott stuck in that for years and like got his shit.
Travis Scott is doing very well.
But Vic's gonna do great. I saw Vic at House of Bands and like Vic's gonna be great, man.
He had fake beef and Vic and Travis Scott career.
No, Travis Scott for real got a show Vic had a fatwa out on him for a minute. He couldn't come to Chicago.
All right, well, he went everywhere else.
Same with Ian Connor.
Same with Ian Connor. Summer though, with opening for Kendrick Lamar though. I just saw that happen. So
that was the year like 2015. When
I'm hip. I remember when the kids was talking about that, but I'm just saying like he's done okay for himself.
But I'm just saying though, it comes to a point to where Chicago, like you said, the narrative is he don't want to do it. So now what?
And if you don't want to do it, then same shit.
Because when he died, he's still gonna get from Chicago.
I feel you. It's
so
just
now what, you know what I'm saying? So it's like as a city though, like you said, the city going in a different direction.
For me, it's just personally the fact that like when you take it to just like the outside of the music and like this, like just being the person you put yourself forward to for so long, like to be with the Kardashians and Calabasas, giving jerseys to the Calabasas basketball team. And Chance can get $200,000 funneled back to CPD or CPS.
It's not CPD City though.
CPS.
It's Chance City.
No, but that's the thing, and that's what Kanye I think has lost in his pursuit for understanding himself without dealing with his own mental health and deciding to put it on a record label.
I mean, hey, I think you know what. And
I might have gone a little deeper than I wanted to get on that point.
That is really deep. But something else that might be a real thing too is you know, the person that's taking care of him, he is taking care of the A City. He's like taking care of like Kim K. You know what I'm saying? Like he's really keeping it really, like you said, he's in Calabasas. He's really doing that. You know what I mean? So it's just like with him doing that, I think his tie back to Chicago was his mom. It's looking more like that.
I mean, yeah.
Because you know why? Like Kanye too traveled when he was young too. He went to you know, Tokyo and stuff like that. His mom, you know, when you native born Chicago people got a different, you know, like thing to them. You know what I'm saying? A different kind of pride. He's got it, but I think that might actually be a thing.
It totally could be. And like, I mean, again, I don't say this to hate on the man. I'm just like, it's more like it feels like a friend. It feels like, you know, it really does. And like it feels like someone you've known your whole life type of shit. Yeah. So like, I don't know.
It's interesting.
I'm going to exit it out though, and you guys can take it from me.
Yo, let's play off Jake. I'm Ryan.
Yeah, I'm Tanel.
This was an episode of the Backcourt. We talk LeBron. We talk Kanye. We only talk the GOATs.
My predictions
Giants.
though for this series before we get out of here, because we took it another level, but sports and rap are the same thing.
You are hiding a child.
I think we gonna get swept.
Hopefully the next time we talk to you guys, LeBron will be the champion of the world, okay?
Warriors in 4, but in my heart, LeBron in 7.
In my heart, Cavs in 7, LeBron walk-off 3. He cries in the middle of the court. He never touches an NBA court ever again.
And then he retires.
It's over. The legacy is over.
And we out.
That's not going to happen.
And in June, catch us on the court because I'm coming back and I got buckets.
Uh-oh.
For you niggas.
Sneak peek.